you talk to him? Did you tell him what I said?
Yeah, I told him, and he said he'd think about it.
Think about it? Well, how long does he need to think about it?
Hey, look, it's not for me to question Angus Mackay. If he says he'll think about it, he'll think about it. Just be glad he didn't tell me to throw you overboard tonight.
Okay. Okay. But you did tell him what I said.
Yeah. And maybe he'll talk to you tomorrow.
We got a chance. Maybe.
Oh, dear Lord. I know I don't deserve to be listened to at this point. I will be forever grateful if you can help Frisco get out of all of this alive.
So, you had a fine Thanksgiving dinner, did you?
We had turkey tacos and cornbread tortillas and a party afterwards, and I rode a donkey.
You did? Well, I hope you didn't fall off it.
Well, no. Sean rode it with me. It was fun. But I miss you, Daddy.
I miss you too, sweetheart. But it won't be too much longer, I hope.
I hope so, too. April's very nice, but I'm tired of this game. I don't want to play it anymore.
Soon, love. I'll call you again, all right?
Okay. Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving to you, too. Polly? Yeah, love. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I miss you too. Terribly. Robin's doing okay. Yeah, she's having a great holiday. I don't know when. Maybe Christmas. I'm not sure. Yeah, I know, darling. It's been too long. But you know I can't leave here until I make sure that Anna and Robin are safe. I will. I'll be home as soon as I can. I love you too. I'll call again soon. Bye.
Time to take over from you on the dock. There's still no activity on the ship.
No. If we haven't heard by morning, we're going to have to make a move.
You can go after Frisco.
Right. Let's hope that he's still alive.
Don't tell me what I should or shouldn't do. What do you hear from Sister Island?
Nothing. They're keeping strict radio silence.
I can't understand it. One moment they're ordering me aboard the yacht, the next moment they're having me cool my heels for 2 days.
David said the harbor patrol was in the area. No one wanted to take the chance that you'd be seen.
Try Sister Island again.
Sister Island, come in. Sister Island. Nothing.
Something's wrong. I can feel it.
Sir, they're just taking precautions because...
Don't tell me what they're doing or what they're not doing. I have got to coordinate pilgrims coming ashore December 3rd during my retirement lunch. Otherwise, he's got no cover at all.
Leave us alone.
Sir,
I said leave us alone. Well, Mr. Jones, did you have enough time to cool your heels in the brig?
I have important information for you. If you'll just listen to me. Why wouldn't you listen to me?
Because once a cop, always a cop.
Good work, Angel.
Hi.
Well, the game begins. I have the information we need. Ramsey's retirement luncheon is set for December the 3rd. As we both know, there's going to be a cover to bring the people from Sister Island into Port Charles.
Great. Thank goodness for Angel.
Yeah, I'm going to try to swing an easy sentence for him once all this is over. Now, what about your people?
Sam and Eric are upstairs. Everything's right on schedule.
Good, let's go.
Okay.
Room service. About time you got here with my breakfast order. What held you up? What is this? Some kind of a joke?
No joke, Mr. Grenville.
Sit down and keep your mouth shut.
Port Charles police officers, you're under arrest. You have the right to remain silent. If you give up this right,
Give me that legal
anything you
mumbo
say can
jumbo.
and
I want
will
my
be-
lawyer here now.
Sorry, but we have orders to hold you incommunicado.
Oh, that's against the law, isn't it?
Tell us about it.
What are you running here? Some kind of a police state?
No, just the good old cop on the beat approach, Mr. Grenville. If you have any complaints, tell them to Chief Ramsey or Chief Devane.
Yeah. Well, don't you think that I won't, Sonny?
Now, I am going to read you your rights, Mr. Grenville, whether you like it or not, because we want this arrest to hold up in court. You have the right to remain silent.
You know, I'm so worried about Frisco still.
Well, he can't contact us, so all we can do is carry on with our end of the plan. Pray a little.
Pray a lot.
He'll keep his cool.
What if Angus decides to kill him even without hearing his story?
Then we proceed anyway, but Angus is too smart for that. He's going to wonder why this kid's trying to throw away his life by coming on board the boat. I do worry about him now.
So do I. Wait. You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Just a little, aren't you?
It's kind of like old times.
Robert Scorpio, I don't really believe it.
How you doing, Andy?
Things have been kind of dull ever since you left Port Charles.
Well, they're about to heat up a little. Andy, I'd like you to meet Anna Devane, co-police chief of Port Charles, Andrew Judson.
How do you do?
My pleasure, Miss Devane. You're doing a fine job in PC.
Well, thank you. So, I'd like to hope so.
Of course, with old Bert Ramsey on the same team, how can you fail, right?
He's a friend of yours?
Isn't everyone who meets him?
Right about that.
We were hoping, you know, to speak with the state police commissioner.
Oh, he's been delayed a bit, but he'll be here soon. Let me get you both some coffee.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't like this. The man's a good friend of Bert's.
So's his boss, the state commissioner.
Well, how are we going to convince them that Bert's gone on the other side?
That's why I'm here. We're old buddies. They're never going to believe that I wouldn't try to shop Bert unless I thought he was very guilty.
Well, I hope it works. Because Frisco's life is on the line.
Before I hear the rest of your story, I want to know the truth about that ring you have.
Lavery gave me this ring. He said if I was ever in trouble with the organization, that I should try to track you down. He said that you would protect me, that you'd try to help me if I told you the truth about what was going on.
You said someone in the organization was betraying us.
Damon Granville.
I don't believe you. Besides, Duke Lavery, our old friend, is no longer with us. Now, why did you think the ring would work?
Because he told me that a true Scotsman, once he gave his pledge and his word, that he would never go back on that.
Well, I'll hear your story. But I won't make you any promises. You know, having my ring didn't do Duke Lavery much good, did it?
Yeah, but you didn't kill Duke. The cops killed him. Duke Lavery was a friend of mine. He stuck with me to the bottom line.
How did you find out about the yacht?
From Damon.
I don't believe you.
He told me. Not directly, though.
Explain that.
Damon's been after me for a while. It's no secret to you. There's been a contract out of my head, and Duke stopped it.
And where does that leave you?
And I'm not dumb. With Duke gone, I know my life isn't worth 2 cents.
Not even worth one.
I think you best hear the rest of my story.
Go on.
I needed life insurance.
Indeed you do.
You know, I always thought there was something fishy about Damon. I always thought that. So I put a tail on him. I tried to find out exactly what was going on. That's when I found out about you and this whole yacht deal.
You may not know it, but you've just sealed your fate.
Now, Mr. Mackay, do you think that I'd be dumb enough not to have a trump card, huh? You take me for some fool, don't you?
Well, I don't know yet. What is your trump card?
Duke always says that Damon was a big coward. So I had to find out for myself. I knew if I could get proof, that I could prove everything I needed to. Damon's going with state's evidence. He thinks your whole plan is going to fall through, and he's going to try to save his own skin. That's exactly what he's doing right now.
You are a fool if you expect me to believe that.
Well, that surprises me, Mr. Mackay. Because you obviously don't know your man, Damon, very well. He's running scared because Robert Scorpio's putting heat on him for coming after his ex-wife and his daughter. Now, I happen to know that he's going to the state police commissioner to ask for protective custody.
It doesn't wash. I trust Damon.
It's funny, Duke always told me that you were a very smart man.
Yeah, too smart to buy your story.
I can give you proof.
Come on, take him away.
Mr. Mackay, I can give you details. I can tell you exactly what his plan is. I can tell you exactly what he's doing. All the details you want.
Let's go.
Just a minute. Details, you said?
That's what I said.
Well, it won't hurt to listen.
Easy does it.
What happens if Angus gets to the commissioner before we've had a chance to explain about Damon?
Andy, I need a big favour.
Yes.
Contact the commissioner again in his car phone.
I had him on the line just before you arrived. The traffic from the airport's jammed up. I guess there's been an accident on the thruway.
This is urgent, mate.
I don't know what more can be done, Robert. I'm sorry.
You're going to have to pull rank on the man.
I can't do that. It's going to louse up the whole plan.
Yeah, you're right. I just can't bear to face Felicia any longer. Every hour that goes by makes Briscoe's chances slimmer, and no one knows it better.
You heard Damon on the phone setting this up?
Yes, I did.
And just how did he get the state police commissioner to come all the way to Port Charles? Now, I need specifics, which you don't seem to have.
He said that he had some sort of evidence that he wanted to turn over to him.
You said that before.
But he said something about, what he called a floppy disk. I couldn't...
Floppy disk?
Yeah, a floppy disk. Now, I didn't know exactly what he was talking about. I couldn't be specific on it. I didn't know what was important or what wasn't important.
Well, I suggest you leave that to me.
No. That's it, the disk. He said something about transferring criminal activities from a hard disk to a floppy disk, and that's what he was going to give the commissioner.
Come in here. Call Damon ashore immediately.
Come on.
I'm warning you, this had better not be a wild goose chase.
Maybe you better pop him, Eric.
Put your hands behind your back.
want to talk to my lawyer.
Sorry, we don't have a dime.
You're going to be sorry when I take the Port Charles Police Department and turn him into court for all his abuse.
Yeah, we're gonna be real sorry.
Can I answer that phone call, please? That could be important.
It's not for you, Mr. Grenville. It's for us.
Well, then, would you please answer it?
We don't have to. You see, it's kind of a signal from a friend of ours who's in trouble. And what that phone call means is that our friend is still alive.
Let it ring.
Yes, sir.
Damon has to be there.
He always is when he expects your morning phone call, sir.
You sure you dialed the right number?
I'm positive. The Port Charles hotel operator answered it, sir.
All right, forget it. Get me Philip at the club.
Yes, Mr. McKay would like to speak with you.
You alone?
Yes, sir. What can I do for you?
Where's Damon?
In his hotel room, waiting for your morning phone call.
Have you seen him today, Philip?
Well, no.
Then how can you be so certain he's in his hotel room?
Because he doesn't budge from there until he hears from you. He even orders room service so he won't miss any calls.
Well, when was the last time you saw him?
2 days ago.
2 days ago.
Well, it was Thanksgiving yesterday, sir, and of course everybody was out of town.
Where did Damon spend the day?
He said something about visiting relatives in upstate New York.
I just bet he did. Now, you find him. Now. Have him call me immediately. Top priority.
Is something wrong, Mr. McKay?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Has Damon acted nervous or upset lately?
Not that I've noticed, no. Well, let me take that back. He's been kind of nervous ever since the trouble with Miss Devane.
Since the bombing of her house?
Well, Damon's never come right out and said anything about that.
Look, you don't have to put on an act with me, Philip. I want hard facts, and that's all I want.
Any way I can help, I will.
I don't trust the source of my information, but it's something we have to check out just the same. Now, I've heard a rumor that Damon's planning turning state's evidence against us.
That's kind of a wild story, Mr. McKay.
I agree. Still, we can't take any chances.
Well, how can we check it out?
I've got a way. I've been told that Damon has an appointment with the state police commissioner. Just a minute. What time did you say?
He should be here right now, at the Port Charles Hotel in the commissioner's room.
I'm told Damon is meeting the state commissioner of police at this very moment at the Port Charles Hotel. Now, you get over there and see what you can find out, Philip.
I'm on my way.
Now, one more thing. Check to see if the floppy disk is missing. Damon is supposedly going to turn it over to the commissioner.
Anything else?
No, get back to me as soon as possible.
I don't believe any of this about Damon.
Well, I don't either, but we have to check it out. Now, you get back to me.
Right.
Now we wait. Some people find it very hard to wait.
Well, as long as I'm breathing, I don't mind.
Robert, good to see you. Good to see you, Mr. Devane.
Mr. Petrie.
You don't know how good it is to see you at this moment.
Why don't you sit down? I take it we're here to talk about the special award for Bert Ramsey when he retires.
It's a little more important than that. Could we, do this alone?
Of course. Judson?
Yes, I'll be in my room if you need me, sir.
What is it, Robert?
The WSB have given me temporary authority while being here in Port Charles. With Chief Devane's help, I've uncovered a plot, mob, syndicate, whatever you care to call it, to take over the city. Now, the shocking part of this whole thing is that Bert Ramsey is part of the organization.
What?
Yes, sir. In the organization, he's known as Mr. B.
I hope you're wrong about this.
No, we have facts, Commissioner.
There's no shred of doubt.
But Bert Ramsey
is a good cop who's turned bad. Fortunately, we don't have too many of those to deal with. That's been the hardest part of this whole thing for us to accept.
Then you appreciate the difficulty I'm having. I'm also thinking about the rest of the men on your police force here, Chief.
Sir, there'll be hearts broken. There are men who idolize Bert Ramsey. However, there is one who is in personal danger at the moment because of this man.
And you have proof? Absolute proof?
Where Bert's concerned, yes. He's part of the organization, but he's just the tip of the iceberg.
We desperately need your cooperation, sir.
Are you saying that I can play an active part in this?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Tell me more.
We don't actually have that much time.
Yeah, we're going to have to move quickly here.
But I do have questions, Robert. This whole Duke Lavery business
that's part of it, Commissioner.
Duke Lavery tried on several attempts to give himself in before he knew who Bert really was. Now, we can go into this in greater depth at another time, but at the moment we have a man on a yacht offshore Port Charles who is in great jeopardy if we don't make a move soon. He's with the ringleaders of this organization, who are Bert Ramsey's superiors.
If we don't sort this out quickly, this man's going to die in the line of duty.
I'll go along with you, Robert, because I know you very well. What do you want me to do at this point?
Okay. We've set up one of the mobsters, a guy called Damon Grenville, to be a traitor to the mob. This disc here, floppy disk with a code name Tumble Dry on it. This accesses all of the mob's money laundering operations. Now, here's the scam. Grenville's going to give this disc to you and then volunteer state's evidence in return for protection from the mob.
I see. Very well. By all means, let's play this little game and see if we can catch any of the big fish with it.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Great. I'll bring in our key witness.
I have to answer that phone. Please, don't you understand?
Oh, we understand perfectly well, Mr. Grenville.
But I'm afraid our hands are tied, so to speak. No pun intended.
Take these damn cuffs off me.
No can do, sir. You have been a very bad boy. Resisting arrest, assaulting an officer.
That's a lie.
I'm afraid we're going to have to toss the book at you, Grenville.
Look, maybe we can solve this whole problem, huh? Make a deal?
What kind of a deal?
You ever seen a whole pile of money all stacked up in one spot before, huh? Say, $100,000?
Wow. Golly gee whiz. I don't know, Eric. Have you ever seen that much money before?
Yeah, once on a drug bust.
Well, this $100,000, see, it would be all yours, split, say, 50-50 right down the middle, just for letting me go.
That's not a bribe, is it, Mr. Grenville?
Oh, it sounded like a bribe to me. That's why I taped the whole offer.
I can't believe this.
Well, believe it, because it's all happening to you.
And it couldn't happen to a nicer fella.
Yes.
Is that Devane?
Chief Devane, thank God you're here.
Is something wrong, Mr. Grenville?
Oh, you're in on this whole scam, aren't you?
I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about, but if you'd like to come with me, we'll try and sort out this whole mess, shall we?
Yeah, well, finally somebody's making some sense around here. My God, Damon. It's true. You. And who's this?
None of your business at the moment.
Now, you listen to me. I want my lawyer here now. I'm telling you, this
You're not
is
telling
gonna
me
get
anything. I'm about to make you an offer you can't refuse.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Either you decide to cooperate with us and think on the organization, or you're going to wind up pet food when they discover what you've tried to do.
You're a witness. I'm being threatened here by
I'm not
Robert
threatening you,
Scorpio.
Damon.
There are laws about that.
I'm not threatening you. No. The mob are threatening you. They're your friends.
I don't know what you mean.
It's very simple. Either you cooperate with us, or your friends are going to kill you. the disc, Cliff.
Here you are.
What's that?
It's a recent invention called the floppy disk.
Where did you get it?
You gave it to me, Mr. Grenville.
What? Wait a minute. Who the hell are you?
Oh, I think we've been a bit remiss. This is the State Commissioner of Police.
The what?
The name's Petrie.
I never gave that to you, sir. I never gave it. Now, I'm not saying that you're lying, but there's been a terrible mistake here.
No mistake.
I never gave that to you. I swear it.
You know, I don't think Damon's getting the picture here.
No, I don't think so either.
What picture? What is going on here?
I guess I'm going to have to spell it out.
If you're the State Commissioner of Police, are you a party to this?
Why did you send this disc to me, Mr. Grenville, if you didn't want to come clean?
Now, you listen real good. The gloves are off now. In the matter of a few minutes, the mob are going to know that we have this disc. They're going to know that you were the last one to have it. They're also going to know that you were in this room. Ergo, they're going to figure out that you gave it to us.
That won't work, Scorpio. I'm a trusted man.
Duke Lavery was a trusted man, too. Do you think they're going to let you get away with what they killed Lavery for?
He was killed by the police.
Not quite! No. Not quite.
I have my rights, you know. I don't care what the hell you think about me, but I have my rights. And it's up to you to protect me.
I don't understand. A second ago, you just said that you were trusted by your people. Why would you need protection? And how I would like not to protect you.
For the scare you threw into my daughter. Oh, I would dearly throw you to the wolves.
Are you going to let them get away with this?
Yes.
I never sent that disc to anybody, and I demand you release me now!
Fine.
Okay.
Shall you call Tiffany at the television station, or shall I?
Well, you call Tiffany, and I'll set up the press conference here at the hotel, okay?
Fine.
If I don't get protective custody, it's suicide.
It's in your hands.
At the same time, the mob is going to see this as proof of my betrayal.
Duke Lavery had friends at his funeral. I shouldn't think you'll have any.
Is there anyone we should notify in the event of your death?
I want to live.
I suspect that you're the only one who wants that.
I need protection.
Good. Okay, excuse me. Want us? Yes, would you please place Mr. Grenville in protective custody?
He's ready?
Yes.
Come with us, sir.
I'll be waiting for a full report.
As soon as possible, Commissioner.
Hope this has happened in time to save Frisco's life. Come on.
You know, I could really use something to eat.
Philip should have gotten to the hotel by now. We'll be hearing from him shortly.
You still think Damon's on your side?
I know he is.
Then why didn't he answer his phone?
Perhaps he's ill.
He's ill, all right. Wondering if selling out your organization's worth it.
Damon's been loyal to our organization for many years. You'd need irrefutable proof before I believe any of your accusations.
Why are Chief Devane and Scorpio coming down here, too?
They'll be along any moment.
They better. They promised me protection.
Well, don't worry, you'll be protected.
Don't look now, but Philip's making a phone call. Frisco's safe.
Yes, Philip.
Angus, I've got bad news.
What's happened?
I just saw Damon being taken off by 2 cops. They were ordered to take him into protective custody.
He was going with them willingly?
Absolutely.
You're sure?
Yes, Damon must have told the brass everything. And I'm not just talking about anybody. I'm talking about the State Commissioner of Police.
Now, you listen to me. Proof positive is on the floppy disk. Do you have it?
It's gone.
Gone? What do you mean, gone?
I checked where I'd hidden it, and it's gone.
Hold on for a moment. Your story checks out.
Well, I told you it would.
Take him to the launch and have the driver take him to Port Charles. We'll be in touch. Philip will be your contact.
That's good.
Thank you.
Philip, the launch will take Frisco to shore. David's at the dock now. Meet him there. You will be his contact. Tell Ramsey to come to the ship immediately, as soon as Frisco's gone.
I've got it, yeah.
Now, where's Ramsey now?
He's already on his way.
Good. Now, you know what all this means, don't you? Damon has betrayed us.
I still can't believe it.
Well, you saw it with your own eyes.
Yeah, I know.
Well, this is going to complicate things. With a pilgrim, you understand. Now, I suggest we keep the lid on this as long as possible, until we can decide what action to take.
You gotta get out of sight, Mr. B. Frisco's on the launch. Frisco's on the launch? That's right. What the hell's going on? Well, here comes Philip. Let's see what he... Come on, Philip. Come here. What do we got to report?
Looks like Damon's a traitor.
I don't believe it.
I saw him with my own eyes. He took the tumble-dry disc and gave it to the state commissioner of police.
Well, how does Frisco figure into this?
Somehow he figured out what Damon was doing. He managed to get to the sister island. He talked to Angus Mackay. Mackay wants to put a stop on everything until he can figure out what's going on.
Wait a minute. Who's going to watch Frisco?
David and I are supposed to keep an eye on him.
All right, look. We'll make sure the dock is clear before you get on that launch. About me?
We spoke.
Well, everything's all cleared up, yes? Told us everything we need to know.
Don't worry. He's gonna be all right.
Keep the launch here. Wait to take Mr. B to Sister Island.
Hi, Bert. Glad I found you. Listen, I've been looking
what
all
are you
over
doing
for
here?
State Police Commissioner called.
Well, what about?
It's good news. Damon is going to turn state evidence.
Damon?
Yes. Can't believe how lucky we are, huh?
Gee, that's wonderful. What a break. It should bust the whole case wide open.
Yeah, it's kind of like a retirement present for you.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, where?
To my office. The commissioner.
Hey, let's go. What are we waiting for? Hey, come on. Great.
Don't ever do that again.
I was afraid Frisco was going to get hurt.
Yeah, well, if they'd seen you, he would have been.
I'm afraid.
We all are.
He's going to get himself killed.
Felicia, look, he's a big boy, all right? Now, he stayed on Sister Island all of his own volition. He's actually managed to con Angus into believing that Grenville sold out the mob. He's done this all by himself, so have a little bit of faith in him.
Where did David and Philip take him?
I don't know.
Robert.
But I intend to find out.
By standing here and talking to me?
No, by tailing him. Now, I can't be seen with him directly because he's undercover. So I've asked Angel to keep an eye on him. He's waiting by the pier entrance.
Trying to understand.
Look, so far, we've not made any mistakes. Damon's in custody, and the mob think that he's sold him out.
I'm sorry I kind of fell apart.
Well, you're a woman, not a cop. I've got a rather important role for you to play. I want you to go about business as usual. Now, we're going to leave here. Separately, we can't be seen together. I'm going back to police headquarters. You wait 5 minutes, and then you go home. Okay?
Thanks, Robert.
figure out. If Damon has turned state's evidence, what does the commissioner want with us?
I don't know.
Well, it should be cut and dried, right? I just can't figure out what he's doing down here in the first place.
Calm down. We'll find out soon enough. Let's go.
I just don't get it. Commissioner?
Good to see you.
This is quite a surprise.
How are you, sir?
Good to see you too, Chief Devane.
Did you know that the commissioner was going to be here?
No, he caught me red-handed.
I just came by to help with the plans for your retirement party.
Oh, look, let's forget all the fuss about my retirement. People retire every day.
Well, maybe, but not everyone does their job as well as you do every day, Bert, and that's what the fuss is about.
Face it, Bert, the department wants to give you a very special award.
You're not going to let me leave here quietly, are you?
After all you've done for the Port Charles Police Department, no way.
Thanks, Guy. I appreciate that.
Come on now, you have made me proud to be a police officer. I couldn't have worked with a better man than you.
Come on, you know how I feel about sentiment. Could we just get down to business?
I'd rather wait for Robert before we start.
Oh, I'll go see if
Robert?
I can find him. Excuse me. Come on, Robert, they're waiting for us. Come on.
Bert's in there with the commissioner?
Yes, he is. He's feeling the heat, but he's trying very hard to cover it up.
According to Angel, David and Philip are already discussing ways to protect their flanks.
And Frisco?
They'll probably use him.
All right. Let's get this thing into motion before Frisco gets hurt.
Let's hope it works.
Here he is.
Robert.
Robert, glad you could make it.
Hey, well, what's all this about?
Well, your work with Damon Grenville has finally paid off.
We have some evidence on him?
Oh, better than that. He's offered to turn state's evidence.
Wow, that is incredible.
Apparently, Frisco found out and told Angus. They won't sit still for it, obviously.
Frisco just gets in deeper and deeper, doesn't he?
I don't think we need to be concerned about him. With Damon's testimony, we can get indictments for everyone.
He found out about the floppy disk and told Angus.
Floppy disk? That's news to me.
It's off their computer. It has all the figures for their entire operation.
Oh, that's fantastic. Grenville must have really spilled out his guts.
No, not yet. He refuses to say anything until the grand jury convenes.
You know, Commissioner, I find it very hard to remain calm about this. My house was bombed by these men. My child has been frightened half to death, and if it wasn't because of Bert's heroism, I would have lost my own life when I was taken hostage by Duke Lavery.
What are you driving at?
Well, I'm just saying that I think we ought to close this case before Bert retires.
That's a good idea. Bert spearheaded the investigation, almost lost his life trying to drag Lavery in.
I think he ought to get all the credit for having ended mob rule here in Port Charles.
Oh, but that's not important.
It is to me.
Same here.
I only wish all my chiefs were as loved as you are, Bert.
Listen, can I put my 2 cents in here? I mean, I think if anybody deserves to go out in a blaze of glory, it is Chief Bert Ramsey. I mean, he is the Port Charles Police Department.
Louis, I was just doing my job.
I didn't get to be commissioner by letting grass grow under my feet. I'm way ahead of all of you.
What do you mean, sir?
Bert will get what he deserves. I've already arranged for Damon to be moved here Tuesday. And we'll convene the grand jury, and then Bert can go to his retirement luncheon with the mob in his pocket.
Well, that's pretty wonderful.
Hey, I don't know who's happier, you or me.
Hey, listen, let's not start. You'll get me choked up again, huh?
Well, we can blame you, mate.
Well, I want to thank all of you. You know, you work at a job for many, many years, and you never know how people feel about you. Then all of a sudden you find out all at once. It's pretty overwhelming.
Come on, I'll walk you to your car.
Okay, thanks. And thanks for everything. Let's get those guys, huh?
We can only hope he takes the bait.
He knows everything he needs to know. Where Damon's going to be, and when he's going to be there.
We'll see if he tries to kill him.
So, what are we doing down here? What's going on?
You'll see.
Hey. We're on the same side, right? Whoa, all this equipment. Wow, this is amazing. This is how you keep in touch with Angus, right?
That's one of the ways.
I'll tell you, all this cover around here, no wonder the cops... What's a gun for, huh?
It's for problems. We think you might still be a problem, Frisco.
Oh, come on. Didn't Angus call? I mean, you trust his judgment, I presume.
We're just playing it safe.
Look, the jury's still out on you. And you better pray that Sister Island calls, and soon.
Sister Island?
That's right. That's what the jury's deliberating. Just hope they find in your favor.
Sister Island to landlubber. Sister Island to landlubber.
Landlubber here. What is it, Sister Island?
Cargo not on launch. Pilgrim misses Mr. B.
Cargo on way when we left.
Ladybug intercepted Mr. B. Both left in car.
To where?
Unknown, landlubber. Pilgrim wants to know.
Unable to provide information, over and out.
What's the scoop?
Sister Island says Ramsey never got to the launch.
What happened?
Anna Devane showed up. They talked and took off in her car. You think they're into Ramsey? Possibly if Damon talked.
Look, this is no time to get panicky.
Absolutely not. We have to wait for orders to find out what's going to happen to him over there.
What do you want to do with him?
Take him to the International Hotel, put him under wraps till we find out if he's with us or against us. You think he's on the level about Damon? Well, if he's not long for this world.
I wish Ramsey'd get here.
So do I. But don't let it get to you, Angus. We're playing for very high stakes. There's bound to be some static along the way.
Now, Frisco Jones is not static. His trouble is lying.
Maybe the boy is telling the truth. We've got to find out.
Well, obviously, or all our plans go up in smoke.
Damon Grenville's the last man I would suspect of asking for protection from the police.
Yeah, it doesn't wash, does it?
Well, unless someone's pressuring him.
Yeah. Frisco Jones he's too green a kid to think up a scam that devious.
Don't underestimate the lean and hungry young wolves. We were that way ourselves once.
Yes, I suppose so.
We're very close to realizing our dream, Angus. Nothing is going to stand in our way. By the way, does Damon have some character flaw I don't know anything about?
A small one, I suppose. He hates Scorpio too much.
Oh, the former commissioner of police.
A very formidable man.
So I've heard.
Yes, Damon made the mistake of tangling with Scorpio. He had someone toss a bomb at the house where Scorpio's ex-wife and 8-year-old daughter live.
Very unwise to touch a man's family. He'll never stop coming after you.
Words of wisdom.
Do you think there's any connection between Scorpio and Frisco Jones?
Yes, there was once, a very strong one.
Do you think Frisco is smart enough to pull off a scam of this magnitude?
Not without a lot of help from someone upstairs.
Oh, you must be Chief Ramsey.
Yes, sir. It's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Well, we certainly have had a lot of problems getting together, haven't we?
I know. I'm terribly sorry about that, but Chief Devane caught me just as I was leaving, and she wanted me to help look into the investigation of the Grenville matter, and of course, I couldn't refuse her.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think?
Well, for Frisco to have pulled off this stunt, it has to be on the level, unless it's one of Robert Scorpio's WSB schemes, and he's very famous for it.
I'm adamant about one thing. No one is going to set foot on Port Charles unless this matter is cleared up, one way or the other.
Bud, what's your opinion of Frisco Jones?
Punk kid and an ex-cop, that's about it.
Let's figure him out. We'll give him a test, shall we?
What kind of a test, sir?
The only test that separates the men from the punks.
What the hell? Why aren't they using direct communication?
Must be top secret orders.
What's the story? Yeah, don't keep us in suspense like this, huh?
Well, Frisco, somebody's thought of a way for you to demonstrate your loyalty to the organization.
Good. Good. You name it and I'll do it.
It's very simple.
Fine. Whatever it takes to get you off of my back, I'm for it.
Very well. Damon Grenville refuses to give state's evidence until he meets the grand jury. It's your job to take him out before that can happen.
Take him out?
Kill him. It's very simple.